everybody? It's your favorite superhero, your favorite man in spandex, Sir Wilkins in the building. I'm here with Yup, I Like Wrestling YouTube channel, and I'm here with the man himself, Ace Andrews. The ace that runs the place.
Correct.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. What's up, man?
I'm good, brother. How you been?
What's going on?
I'm good.
How's everything?
Everything's fine. Healthy, you know.
Yeah.
Good to go.
I saw your last match.
Yes, you were there for that.
Looked like you took a beating.
I did.
So, Ace, talk to me.
What's up?
First things first, you have one of the most interesting stories of how you got started in wrestling. Let's start with that. Let's do that plain interview shit first. Get out the way.
Let's get the shit out the way. Right.
So let's talk about that first.
I can curse though, right?
We can curse. It's YouTube.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
God. Okay, good. It's kind of interesting, I guess. So I started wrestling about 2.5 years ago. I went to training school, FTW Wrestling Academy. Before I got there, and I'll be honest, I haven't really been public about this story. So 4 months prior to that, my first girlfriend, girlfriend I ever had, ex-girlfriend, whatever, she passed away from leukemia or whatever.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. But whenever we were together or whatever, she was like, "Oh, you should be a wrestler. You should be a wrestler." And I've told her I've always wanted this. And I was like 18.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm a dumb 18-year-old kid just got out of college. I'm not out of college, out of high school, whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to be an artist in college. I want to be a wrestler, you know. But then I was always afraid of, first of all, the chair shots were like ridiculous back then. Like, I don't want to do any of that. On top of that, I didn't want to get hurt and all that stuff. So I always had that fear in the back of my head. But then, even when we were watching wrestling together, like, oh, you should do this. I'm like, you know, she knows me pretty well, whatever. And then, you know, time went by, whatever. Before she passed away, she was married, 2 beautiful kids or whatever. She passed away, and she's always been there, like, in my heart, no matter what. Even after we separated, whatever, we were always good friends. So one day, I saw the ad online on Facebook. It said, hey, FTW Wrestling Academy, if you want to join. I'm like, I don't want to do this. It's all right. It's an old dream. I feel like I'm too old. And I was.
That's what you were thinking to yourself.
I was thinking to myself that, yeah. I was like 26 at the time, 26, 27, whatever, right? Then I kept seeing the ad. Train Matt Striker. I'm like, I don't care if it's Matt Striker the trainer, and I love the dude no matter what. I was like, it's just not for me. Then I just saw the ad probably a 4th time. So you know what?
Where was the ad popping up?
The ad was popping up on Facebook.
Okay.
So every time I was going on my Facebook stream or whatever.
Oh, it was only Facebook. It wasn't like a newspaper. It was just only Facebook kept popping up.
It was only Facebook. And I think one night I was like semi-drunk, and I saw, you know what? I took a screenshot. I want to see how I feel about it when I woke up.
Was it Bayou rum you were drinking?
No, it was unfortunately Jack Daniels. I haven't had Bayou. I've had bad memories with Bayou.
So it's not bad memories, it's great memories.
Okay, so it's bad memories or no memory, you know, so.
Bayou rum. You should drink it, guys. Go ahead.
No, so I woke up the next day and I remember, I don't know why, I was reading it like in Lillian's voice.
Really?
Really, and I'll never forget that experience. And it's just like, oh, you know, be a wrestler, like it's like the way I was reading it, like it was just like her talking to me. And I'm more of I'm not spiritual, I'm not religious at all, I'm an atheist, 100%. So the decisions I make are the ones I make, I believe in, and my destiny isn't wrote or whatever. But it was, I guess, her influence, like, I guess, from here. Yeah. You know, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll give it a call. See if I like it. Spoke to Brian, aka Earl Cooter. He told me how it goes. Hey, just show up, see if you like it or not. I'm not gonna charge you, see if it's for you, whatever. No big deal. He was super nice about it. And he's still a cool dude no matter what. So I showed up.
Where was FTW?
So FTW Wrestling Academy, they had 2 schools at the time when I first started. Now they have 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're expanding, and it's good for them, great business. I went to the Queens location, around Myrtle Wick off, whatever, then walked like I swear, like 10 blocks, you know, deep in Queens. I showed up, I walked in, I saw the ring, I saw Grim Reaper, aka Kevin, I saw Fabio, I saw Rage, I saw Coney. These are all guys that are big names in FTW. I was there for like 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. I didn't step in the ring. I just shook hands. This is so me. And I was in school. I was in college for acting, and I'm still the manager of Yankee Stadium for all commission locations. Yeah. So I have a good job and I'm going to school, whatever. I'm like, this is so me. Where's that contract? I signed up everything. I didn't even lock up. I didn't even take a bump. Whatever, let's do this. And then they showed me how to lock up all the stuff afterwards, and that was my first day.
So what was it that made you say, yo, this is for me? You walked in there, obviously.
Right.
Was it the smell of the ring? Was it seeing people get bumped? Like, what was it?
It was, I saw someone hit the ropes. I can't remember who
Somebody
it was.
hit what?
Someone hitting the ropes, bouncing off the ropes. And I was like, okay, cool. And then they're just doing a simple drill. And I'm like, these guys are trying to do what I've always wanted to do my whole life. And, and I was like that child. I was just that child watching Chris Jericho making his debut again. I was that child watching Stone Cold beat The Rock at the main event of WrestleMania 17. Like, this is so what I want to be involved of, one way or another. And then that's when I signed up. I swear it was like 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Where's this contract? Before I did anything, I wanted to make sure, here's your money, this is my name, here's your credit card, blah, blah, blah. Let's do this. I'm yours.
Okay, now you're signed up.
Now I'm signed up.
Tell me how that first bump felt.
Fine.
Fine?
Fine.
Did you get it right away? Because for instance,
I did get it right away.
I asked you that because Kevin Owens, which is one of the top superstars right now in WWE, said he didn't get it right away.
Yeah.
It took him so long. And a lot of guys I know don't get that right away. But you got it right away?
I got the bump right away. The regular flat back bump, not American style, flat back, boom, bump, that's fine. And
what's the difference? What's the difference in bumps?
All right, so flat back, it's flat back bump is when I, tap out. So you hit the mat and you hit your hands at the same times, right?
That's a flat back bump.
Flat back bump, regular, right? Maybe I'm saying it wrong. American bump. It's you bump, no slap out. Boom, just bump. That's it. Straight on your back, and that's it.
So where's the flat back bump from?
The flat back bump that's the original bump.
Okay.
The original bump is when you hit that. I'm gonna I'm showing the curtain, whatever. You hit the mat. And you bump on your back at the same time. You slap out. That way you absorb some of the impact through your hands.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
You give me a little behind the curtain.
There you go. Yep.
Okay. All right. So you got the bump.
I got that right away. I had a terrible first 4 months training. Like the bumping I got, but my rolls were shit. My front bumps weren't that good. I came off wonky and unbelievable, and I was unathletic or whatever.
Okay.
And at one point, I did question myself: can I do this? I want to do this, but I'm really, really bad at this. And I know my peers in the back of the head, they're watching me, and they're like, "This kid is just not going to get it." And two, I'm not going to say who it was. Two wrestlers told me that you're not getting it, but they didn't discourage me. It's like, now do this. Just like what's wrong? How come it's not clicking? And everyone, they learn at their own pace. Some guys get it right away. Boom. Or like guys, like friends of mine, like Isaiah and Lewis upstairs, they got it right away. And they're doing their thing. It just took me a little while. And some other students, it takes a while.
So, what kept you going? Because, all right, this is your fucking dream.
Yep.
And you sign the paper, you talk about you're so freaking hyped about it, and you ain't getting shit.
Right.
And it's not like you're not getting it right away, you're not getting it at all.
I'm not getting it at all.
So what kept you going?
To be honest, there was at one point, I think I told Reef this, Grim Reefer, I told him the day I wanted to leave FTW because of, personal issues or whatever, but I told him that day, I said, look, I was gonna quit. I really considered quitting, and you just told me, kid, just one more. Just see if you do it again. You got it. If you don't, just try it again. And it was a simple move. It was me just being on top. The fireman carry. John Cena's big move, whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's art to it. It is two guys doing the move. I was putting all my weight on the guy, and I didn't know how to make myself lighter. It's easier said than done. You think John Cena just picks him up and it's cool. And yes, John Cena is that strong. Even when he's picking up the Big Show's helping John Cena on his shoulders. He's not making it that more difficult for John to hold him up there. Because if Big Show puts all his weight on John Cena,
he's done.
He's gonna struggle. He's gonna struggle.
He's gonna struggle.
I'm not gonna doubt John Cena anything.
Isn't there a word for that? Isn't that you're sandbagging the guy?
Correct.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what I was doing. I was sandbagging whoever's picking me up, and I'm still light. Don't get me wrong. I'm less than 205 pounds, and I'm making myself heavy for the guy who's picking me up. And the other guy, it was I'm pretty sure you've seen Rage. Big muscles, whatever. He's like, you're being heavy on me. And he can still pick me up if he wanted to, but it says that's not the point of this, And then I tried it again after Reefer encouraged me to do it. And I didn't get it fully again. But he said, all right, kid, don't worry, you just get it next time. And it was that moment I was like, all right, I'm just gonna keep going. Other than that, I've always been, I'm gonna get it one day. Everything, Rome wasn't built in one day. So eventually I'll get it. I had a rough first 4 months.
So you had your rough first 4 months. Let's say a kid comes up to you and is like, yo, I'm not getting this. Would you recommend what you thought? Like, yo, just keep going, just keep going? Yep. Is that your key word for it? Would that be your key word?
It depends, I guess, on the situation. Not everyone is like that. I have a lot of heart. I really wanted to do this and get it right. So like I always push myself, just do it. Just keep going, it'll get better. You won't get it today, you'll get it tomorrow.
Okay.
And that's always my mentality. And even now, like 2.5 years later, I'm not the best wrestler. I'm gonna be better next year when we have when we talk again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a much better wrestler by then because there's things I didn't know today that I'll learn tomorrow when I go to the training or wherever I practice at. So when a new student came up to me after training wise and me doing more shows or whatever, new students will ask me, hey, so how do I do this? And I tell them, hey, look, I try to break it down for them and let them know how I felt when I was first doing whatever you were doing. And some guys, they couldn't get that bump right away. And we had to, there's training wheels to how to get that bump right. And we will always go by that. But at the end of the day, failure or success, good, cool. You just try again tomorrow, keep it going until your body gets used to it. So you're not even thinking about bumping. Like I could just bump now and not realize I'm bumping. It's just part of my wrestling DNA now that's been put in me.
I tried to bump. That shit is not fun, and I did it it was only like 5 times. I didn't do it right.
Okay,
I didn't pick it up. But you mentioned that you're no longer with FTW, correct?
Correct.
You're with BCW?
I'm now with Recombination Wrestling, BCW.
Okay. Tell me about that transition.
The transition?
From FTW to BCW. Like,
okay.
Talk to me about that transition. So, FTW was home.
Oh, FTW was home.
That's where you started. That's where you learned how to bump the first time.
Correct.
That's when you went through all your trials and tribulations. Now you're leaving there.
Yep.
Talk to me about I don't hear too much backstage politics, but I want to hear more about how you were feeling the whole transition. Why you picked BCW? Okay. Because there's tons of indies in the Northeast. You know that.
There are. Oh yeah.
So talk to me about that.
And I've had a lot of companies offer me to like, hey, you want to come wrestle? And I still can't. Look, I'll be honest. I'm probably the worst independent wrestler because indie wrestlers, they just show up on one show, then do another show, then do another show, then do another show. I've done other shows. But I never advertised them. I never, like how you said FTW was home, because I spoke about FTW, I promoted FTW, and I was proud of that.
Now why? Now speaking on that, we'll move on to that. So why is that?
Why what?
Why don't you promote other brands instead of stick to this? Why do you only stick to one brand particularly? Because the indie scene is about making that money.
Yes, it is.
Like. Most guys are in like multiple brands and they're like, oh, I'm gonna be here tonight. I'm gonna be here tonight. Right. So you're not promoting. It seems like you're more about the company instead of about your individual brand. Why is that? Why are you on that side of the ball?
I can't say what other guys are doing is wrong. I respect the shit out of everyone that can do one show Friday night, another show Saturday night, and then be there Sunday morning for another show. Yeah. That's cool. That's great. I've done back-to-back shows. It's cool. It's no big deal. One is pay. Yeah. You should, if you're gonna do this, you should be getting paid. You should be getting paid right. Yeah. With BCW, let me backtrack. All right. With FTW, the first year I didn't get paid because I was a student there and I'm still learning my way. And it was never about the money. I didn't care about that. I don't care how many people that came to see me that I brought and I advertised or whatever. I love doing this. And I still love doing this. I don't even care that much about the pay. I'm not an expensive guy. You want me to be on your show? I'll be on your show. Cool. Let's talk. Let me know how much now. Now I'm I have a little more credit. More of a credible wrestler. Okay. So now if you want my talents, whatever, we'll talk a price, and it's nothing expensive. I think for the indie scene, that I'm not gonna share with everyone. It's no one's business. But BCW. They're like, oh, I know one of the owners. Not one of the guys who runs the shows. He says, hey, kid, whenever you're ready, we'll put you on the show. I said, cool, no problem, no big deal. Then time kept going by. Then I kept getting bigger. Then I won the FTW Gen X title.
Yeah.
Like, okay, eventually kid will put you on the show. And then when I made the decision to leave FTW, I was like, hey, I spoke to the individual. I was like, hey, can we talk about me wrestling for BCW now? Sure, bro. This is the date. You be there. Cool. There was also another kid who's close to manager. He says, I want Ace Andrews on BCW. He's great in FTW. So he's always pushed for me to do it. So with that, it was easy. All right. So June 23rd, be there. You're gonna debut in BCW. Cool. Who was I wrestling? I don't know. I was gonna wrestle in a fatal 4-way until I walked in that day.
Was it that ladder match that I saw? Or it wasn't the ladder match?
The ladder match, that was my last FTW show.
Okay, no. What match did you have at BCW?
The BCW, I had a regular fatal 4-way match.
Who was in that fatal 4-way? I think I was at that match.
Yeah, you were there for that one.
Yeah.
You were there for my last match in FTW.
Yeah.
And you were there for my first match in BCW.
They were both at the Elks Lounge?
Both at the Elks
Okay,
Lounge.
that's why I got them confused.
Cool.
That's why I got them confused. Because I remember I was like, you did a ladder match, but then it was I was for FTW at Elks Lounge, because I know
Correct.
BCW does a lot of stuff at Elks.
They do only Elks Lounge.
Yeah, so okay.
They're a new company. They're a new young company.
All right.
That was another reason why I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe I could try to make a name or a staple here.
But why not? But why not boost your brand more than the actual company? It seems like you're more company guy than individual brand. We're a social media era.
Yeah.
And we're all about brands, individual brands. So why is it mostly you're a company guy instead of being a you guy? That's the difference between you and a lot of these indie guys. And I want to know why.
I think the company's gonna take care of me. They advertise me, they promote me.
Yeah.
They're gonna take care of me. So also, the higher I am in a company, the more awareness it'll be to that crowd or whatever. So if I go to another show with the same crowd, everyone, that BCW crowd is also the FTW crowd.
Yeah.
It's also the Tier 1 crowd, because these are hardcore indie wrestling fans. It's also the House of Glory crowd.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Is that,
So you're saying basically, all right, I'll be the company guy. They're gonna watch my back. I'll watch their back.
Correct.
Because what's the point of me jumping around and breaking my balls if these guys can help me out?
That's right.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Look what I did in FTW. I was one of the top acts in FTW. You were there.
Yeah.
I was the main event in the ladder match as the FTW Gen X champion. I defended and won the match. That show ended with me holding the belt high in the air. And then, no one knew that was my last match there. I didn't know at the time. I made my decision to leave.
Okay.
But I gave all that up.
All right.
And,
Now, okay. All right.
I was gonna get into it. Do you want me to get into it?
Get into it.
Because
It's YouTube. We have enough time.
Perfect, thank God. So I had a disagreement with management about a certain situation. I'm not gonna go into it, and the parties, I don't want to say like they're bad.
Yeah.
FTW, they're a great company to wrestle for. Their school, their academy obviously works. You see the guys come out of it. I came out of it, and I think I'm doing pretty well. I didn't agree with certain situation with guys paying dues, with maybe one or two specific acts that were being treated better than some of the other guys who, let's say, set up the ring on days off or whatever. Because I did all that on top of being it's also, I think, a student's.
I feel we gotta take a drink while we talk about this.
Can we?
Because it seems like we're going a little into it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little bit more.
Oh, please.
I usually don't drink. I only drink during my interviews. So that means
true.
you're special. That means you special. And it's only drink Bayou rum. All right, take a little sip. Let's go back to the story. Whew. Spiced.
I know. It's nice.
Yeah. But finish up, man.
Okay, so there's certain guys that are getting ahead in the company, and they're not doing that much they should be. I think a wrestling student's duty, again, 2.5 years, not that much experience, but this is my opinion on the situation. If you are new to the company, you set up that ring, you break it down.
Okay. So you're saying people weren't paying dues?
Correct.
Now, somebody that's watching this right now on the YouTube world is probably telling you like, "Hey, shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
It's just politics. Just deal with it."
Oh,
What do you think about that? So you left because is that how you react to the politics? Just leave, or you deal with it?
I spoke to who I spoke to. And the individual I was talking about was there too. And again, it's nothing, this wasn't personal against him, because he was there and present. He didn't realize that there's guys that haven't set up the ring.
Okay.
And haven't broken. He's done it sometimes.
Now, why is it so important about setting up the ring? Why does that hold such what's the word I could use for it? Like, why is that the holy grail? Because I've heard, you're not the first person to tell me about setting up the ring.
Right.
In the indie scene. Why is that the holy grail?
You show respect to the guys who did wrestle in that ring, who are going to wrestle in that ring, that have been busting their ass for years, so they don't have to do it. I show respect when I set that ring and break it down. I do it for guys like Grim Reaper, who's wrestled in the wrestling business for about 20 years, I think, 23 years.
Oof.
He should not be touching a piece of wood at all. Like, that's my job as an up-and-comer. Yes, I was the FTW champion. Yes, I was the main event act. But you know what I did? I still broke that ring down when the show was over. And I didn't have to. And even the individual I was talking about didn't, no big deal. And management, they told me, you don't have to do this. Like, they're like, you're a star. I said, no. Thank you. I'm new to this. I have to break this down. I'm no better than the jobber who's set up bringing down the ring. Just because I'm the main event act doesn't mean I'm above him. You know, it's ladies and gentlemen, professional wrestling, it's a show. It's scripted, all right?
Okay. So, that's intense.
Yeah.
Now you're at BCW, you moved on. Now tell me what up-and-coming things you got going on. What your next big match, and anything big you can kind of talk about before we go.
Okay, so there is, all right. The next big match is actually this Saturday. I'll be wrestling the Grim Reaper one more time, because he's the guy that trained me, but he's my biggest rival.
Yeah.
I beat him for the belt. He beat me for the belt when I left FTW. So we have that going on, and then we have such good chemistry.
I've seen you guys wrestle. You guys do have good chemistry, and Homeboy has a nice YouTube page. Is it his page? I've seen him on somebody's page. Like, it's pretty good. Like
Grim Reaper?
Yeah, he has some good promos.
You know, he's fantastic. I don't think he's the one doing it. It's probably Richard Ruiz, who's the cameraman for all indie scenes. Like, he does phenomenal stuff. He's amazing.
What's ironic about it? I didn't look for it. I just fell upon it. Like, I was just googling random shit. I was like, yo, well, this is some good shit.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Seem like you're moving up in the whole indie scene.
I am.
Second Federation, and you're crushing it.
Well, you were there for the Fatal 4-Way match.
Yeah.
My first BCW. I was like, I don't know how the crowd's gonna react to me, because I was wrestling against 3 guys that are also fairly new.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what type of reaction. I came out, streamers still throwing at me, people still chanting my name.
But bro, you have a great entrance though. You have a very charismatic entrance.
I think my entrance is okay.
You have a very charismatic entrance, so I'll give you that, and I'm not trying to dick ride you right now,
no.
but I'll give you that. It was a pretty charismatic entrance. So, but thanks for coming.
Of course.
Let's finish this drink.
Please. Ooh. That's all I need.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes. Ace Andrews, the ace that runs the place.
Damn right.
Thank you for coming, man.
Brother,
I really appreciate it, man.
No, thank you. It's been fun.
So, catch us on ilw.com. Get the t-shirts, follow the movement. It's time. Wrestling culture. Yup, I like wrestling. Ace Andrews, ace that runs the place.
Yes, sir.
I am Sir Wilkins. Good night. Have a good day. Whatever.